The Stoics were not stuffing their emotions down, pretending they don't have them. They were exploring them, putting it up to the test, observing it, meditating on it, processing it, getting to the bottom of it. You're getting Stoicism totally wrong if you imagine the Stoics as these sort of emotionless, invulnerable, like superhuman men and women. They weren't. They were people like you and us, which meant they had problems like the rest of us. I'm Ryan Holiday. I'm the author of a number of books about Stoic philosophy. I've been lucky enough to speak about it to the NFL, sitting senators, special forces leaders. I've also had to use Stoicism in my own life, going through breakups, going through disappointments. Stoicism is there to help us with the problems of life. And so in today's episode, we're going to talk about some Stoic strategies for improving your mental health and your mental wealth. Seneca said that the mind must be taken on wandering walks. He said, otherwise you'll break, you'll be too tense. I totally agree. I try to start my day with a walk and I try to end my day with a walk. I don't even consider it exercise, although it is that. To me, it's putting the body in motion, it's slowing the mind down. I'm getting outside, I'm connected with nature. Maybe I'm having a conversation with someone else that I care about. And even though I'm moving, I'm getting closer to a place of stillness. Walking to me is a magical cure-all. So listen to the Stoics and take a walk. Instead of talking about happiness, Aristotle uses this word eudaimonia, which basically means human flourishing, which I think is a better way of thinking about happiness. Happiness isn't exuberance, it's not excitement, it's not getting everything you want. I think it's a deeper place. It's when you're realizing the potential that you have as a human being in all your forms. And so if we can think then of happiness as that, the byproduct of doing all the things right in your life, wanting the right things, living the right way, prioritizing the right things, doing the right thing, happiness is the byproduct of that. I think it's a better way to think about it. Viktor Frankl talks about how happiness must ensue. It cannot be pursued. It's not a thing you get as a reward here. It's actually the day-to-dayness of living and acting rightly, or for the Stoics, living and acting with virtue. I try to remind myself as many times as I can, every day and every minute, that this moment is enough. I don't need to be anywhere. I don't need to do anything. Nothing is expected of me but presence. Just to be present. That is like the hardest thing in the world, but it's also the most wonderful thing in the world. You look out, you experience where you are, you're not wishing for things to be otherwise. That's what Stoicism is about to me. It's about becoming present. It's about locking in where you are and not needing or wanting anything else but what is in front of you right now. It starts with the little choices, the decision to get up early, the decision to go work out, the decision to not check your phone first thing in the morning. Epictetus says if you want to be beautiful, make beautiful choices. And I think about that all the time. Am I making the good choice or am I making the lazy choice? Am I making the short-term choice or the long-term choice? Make good choices and it gets you where you want to go. Zeno says that well-being is realized by small steps, but it's no small thing. Those little choices matter, and it starts there, and I would say it starts the second you wake up. In fact, it starts with the time that you decide to wake up. One of my favorite pages in one of my favorite books that I like to read to my kids says, asking for help isn't giving up, it's refusing to give up. I have no shame or compunction about having gone to therapy, about going to therapy. In fact, I've gone to almost every kind of therapy you can imagine, which actually brings us to today's sponsor, BetterHelp, which helps you do exactly that. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. You can talk to a therapist in a private online environment at your convenience. You schedule your first phone or video session, plus you get unlimited text messages with your therapist as well, which is awesome and convenient. You have access to something like 20,000 licensed psychologists and therapists. You fill out a questionnaire that helps you identify your specific needs and get you matched with a therapist within 48 hours. You can request a new therapist with no charges till you find the right person for you. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with BetterHelp. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/dailystoic, which I'll link in the description below, betterhelp.com/dailystoic. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. What does that mean? I think what Seneca is saying is that most of the things that we're anxious about, that we torture ourselves about, that we dread, that we catastrophize in our head, they never actually end up happening. Sure, bad stuff does happen in life, but our nightmares are usually worse than reality. Don't suffer unnecessarily. Don't borrow suffering from the future. The present should keep you plenty occupied enough. Focus on what's in front of you. Prepare, be adaptable, be ready, but don't suffer more in imagination than you have to in reality. What is tranquility? What is happiness? Seneca says it's the sense that you're on the right path and the ability not to be distracted by all the paths that crisscross yours. He said, especially the path, the footsteps of the people who are hopelessly lost. The sense of why you're here, what you're meant to do, what you're working on, why you're working on it. That's the really clarifying thing that allows you to feel at peace, to feel good, to feel secure. And you have to cultivate that sense. It doesn't just happen. It comes from introspection. It comes from goal setting. It comes from saying no to things. It comes from really locking in to what you are meant to do, why you're doing it, ignoring, shutting out, turning away from everything else. Marcus Aurelius writes to himself, he says, fight to be the person philosophy wants you to be. And I just love that so much. It's that Stoicism has this ideal for you to be someone who's resilient, someone who's strong, someone who's virtuous, someone who's kind, who cares about the common good, someone who isn't easily rattled, someone who's committed to bettering themselves. That's what Stoicism wants for you. That's what the Stoics have been writing about for centuries. That's what we do in these videos, in the Daily Stoic email. That's the ideal. But the question is, are you fighting for yourself? Are you fighting to be that thing? Are you striving today to get a little bit closer to that perfect ideal? Are you fighting for yourself? The Stoics can't make you be or do anything. They can just lay out the formula, but it's ultimately on you to follow it, to step up and actually be it. Hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe. But what I really want you to subscribe to is our Daily Stoic email. One bit of Stoic wisdom, totally for free, to the largest community of Stoics ever in existence. You can sign up at dailystoic.com/email. There's no spam. You can unsubscribe at any time. I love sending it. I've sent it every day for the last 6 years, and I hope to see you there at dailystoic.com/email.